There we are.
Welcome back to Tuesday. We're going over Evolution 2015. Let's get to the actual fighting games. Huh?
Sure, no problem.
That happened there.
We've already said at the start of the show we didn't get a chance to see a lot of it.
Correct.
We did consider trying to get a bunch of people onto the show to help talk about it, like we did the pre-show. A lot of these guys are still in Vegas. A lot of these guys are tired. We just didn't want to bother them. So, unfortunately, we're not going to have a lot of information for a lot of games.
Correct.
But we can definitely talk about some of the results.
Sure.
So
we'd like to do this in the order of top 8s that were played.
Yes.
From Friday through Sunday night. And first up was Persona. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Do you want to go over just top 8? I guess let's just do top 8.
Yeah, let's just top 8. Let's just do top 8.
And then we'll talk about some people who were not top 8. Okusan with Sho and Minazuki was 7th. JEO with Shadow Mitsuru. And then Koichi with Aegis. Soji from, remember from CDO?
Yes.
Sick. Well, he was top 8. He got 5th. 4th was Aguro with Yu Narukami. Then 3rd was Hagiwara with Teddy. Nice Burst Taichi with Margaret got 2nd. And then KSB Superboy won with Cho and Ken, right?
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw the very end of that.
Oh, you did see the end
I saw only the grand finals.
Oh, okay,
I was like doing backup commentary, I think, at the time. So I decided to be there, but I got to watch. So.
Gotcha, really. Okay.
That's it. I don't know the game very well, so I couldn't really tell you what was going on, like whether...
I heard it was actually sort of surprising, I guess, that he won. I mean, obviously not surprising, but like I guess a lot of the other Japanese players, they were expecting those guys to win. Again, Soji was the CEO, and he was considered largely the best player in Japan right now, but he ended up getting 3rd. Obviously, what's missing from this top 8?
Yeah, anybody who's not from Japan?
Yeah, pretty much. So, Banana Ken won CEO. That was a big story. He beat Soji.
Right.
Going into EVO, so that was the big story. It was like, and even Kazunoko, right? He was on an interview, and they were like, how was America anime games? And like, how are they at Persona? He's like, they're really good. They're like just equal with us. How about Guilty Gear? Not so much. They're bad at Guilty Gear, right? And then they come and body us.
Right.
In Persona still. And not only that, well, let's pour some salt on the wounds here.
Okay.
Remember, this is the previous version of Persona.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is not the version that Japan is playing, although all the players did practice on the previous version,
course.
Before coming to EVO. But one of the reasons why they were playing the previous versions, as revealed to us on our show last week, was that they wanted to give America a better chance.
You mean that's why
we're playing on a previous version of Persona.
That's why wasn't Evo's choice.
No, it wasn't Evo's choice. It was, the game, the update never made it out to America in time, and also on top of that, they figured they wanted to try to give America a little bit of an edge to see them do well finally at EVO.
Right. So 9th place, Lord Knight was 9th place, Banana Can was 13th place. I mean, they weren't like super far out or anything.
Right, yeah. They were right there. They missed
it. Still, it was not as hoped for.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, but hopefully we'll get the update soon at some point in time, and we'll be able to play on the same version as them. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the game. So. Yeah.
Okay. All right. After that, what was up next? I believe it was Tekken.
Yes, Tekken came next.
Cool. Tekken 7 top 8. Mr. Naps. A.k.a. Jimmy. Yes. I think that's what he wants to be called. Just Jimmy?
Or Mr. Naps?
Jimmy Tran.
Oh, Jimmy Tran. Because he was one of the most confusing people, because he had a different nickname in Tekken and in Third Strike.
Yeah, he was Emphy in Third Strike and Mr. Naps in Tekken.
Yeah. Then everyone started calling him Shang Tsung.
Because he looked like Shang Tsung. And then I heard that he wanted to be called his name.
Just Jimmy Tran?
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's even accurate, but that's what I heard. Anyway, he got 7th with Brian. Then ORZU got 7th with Feng. Picos with King, 5th place. Sick, King. Take with Brian, also 5th. JDCR, 4th place. Heihachi. NJF JDCR. NJF Saint. Shaheen. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
3rd place. 2nd, BE Ao with Elisa. Then ORZ Nobi won it with Dragunov. Cool. Cool.
Nice.
I'm so looking forward to trying out Tekken 7, where there's just one character and it's like relatively simple.
Rip, who's at Level Up Your Game, right?
Level Up Your Game.
Level Up Your Game on Twitter. So go check this out. He tweeted out earlier today. Someone compiled a highlight video of all the stuff that happened at Evo. So just a bunch of video footage and stuff like that. Dude, that game is pretty.
It's so sick, dude. And
it's so pretty.
I love, I know we talked about this before, but I love the end of round slowdown.
Yes.
That happens. That's so
it's
sick.
It's actually way better than the repeat from different camera angles thing. Because if you think about it, the repeat from different camera angles things was just a thing that you could do because it was in 3D. So you did it because it was neat at the time.
And everybody mashed through it.
Yeah.
Oh, next round.
Yeah, exactly. So I love the fact that they added that. Much different hit sparks. A lot of just moves just cause slow motion even in the middle of the fight and stuff. Game is just really... I feel like it's really cool because while all of that stuff is just cosmetic and Tekken fans aren't going to care,
obviously,
it's going to make it that much better for everyone to watch it.
Right.
Because you know when the impactful moments are. You know when someone does something cool, when it goes, woof, woo, pow, and then it just, it's just really cool.
It is.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I wish I had more to say about it.
Hey, shout outs to Jimmy Tran. Of course, if you guys don't remember, this is the largest Tekken tournament in Evo history.
Yeah.
Right? And
even though nobody could play it in North America
right,
until
exactly.
that weekend, or just a couple of other weekends.
And the fact that Jimmy Tran got top 7 is amazing. Is ridiculous. Because, I mean, he did get a chance to play it more than a lot of the U.S. players because he's traveled to Asia for a little bit. But regardless, you have all these people with constant access to it, constant ability to play it. He still gets top 8. I mean...
Yeah, it's awesome.
Look, he got top 8 in a game we don't have, and no U.S. players got top 8 in Persona, and that's a game that is on
Japan doesn't
path.
have, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they do, but it's like...
So,
that's true. That's true.
But I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Tekken. I'm really excited for what Tekken 7 is going to bring. They're doing the whole Iron Fist tournament right now, King of the Iron Fist tournament. A lot of people are upset about that because U.S. aren't really going to have a good chance to get in there, play whatever like that. Look, baby steps. Capcom 25th. Next year, small little Capcom Pro Tour. Next year, $500,000. Give it time, guys.
Yeah,
give it time.
For sure.
Give it time. So.
For sure. Okay, then later that night, in fact, right after Tekken 7 finals, was Killer Instinct finals.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about Killer Instinct. I didn't get to see much of this one either, that's how it goes, but everybody said it was fantastic. So, Damasiaga 5, 7th place, Sadira, UA Base, 7th, Spinal, UA My God, 5th, Saberwolf, 5th also Domi with Cinder. Then 4th was LCD with Maya, Orchid, and Hisako. 3rd was Sleep, Con Ra, Gutter Magic 2nd place, Thunder. Rico Suave won it with Fulgor, Thunder, Glacius, Omen, and Spinal.
He's the infiltration of Killer Instinct. He really is. So.
That is amazing.
But dude, shoutouts to Gutter Magic, dude.
Oh yeah.
SoCal's own Chief Thunder. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm super happy about that.
And shoutouts to Rico. He got 2nd place at KI Evo last year.
Yeah.
This one he wins.
Yep. And CD Jr., obviously the prohibited favorite for a while.
Yeah.
I talked to him and he was just like, dude, the competition is just so good at this game now.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
He's just like, people have gotten so good at this game.
Okay.
So he readily admitted that it was just that the people have gotten so good. So it just wasn't like before where he could just beat up and dominate on everybody. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like everyone thought it was super hype. Apparently the crowd got really excited about it and everything. And everyone was like, oh, I can't wait till this game comes out on PC.
Yeah, that everybody is saying that. And, before that was announced, everybody would say, I would try this game if it was on PC. And now they're saying, I will try this game when it's on PC. I hope people do it.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to commit to playing it necessarily, but I am very much looking forward to testing it out.
Yeah,
I was commentating something else during Killer Instinct Top 8, and there were times when it was hard to hear commentary in my own ears from my commentary partner sitting right next to me. I couldn't hear because it was so loud. Just in the general room. So it was impressive.
Yeah, that was actually the cool thing. I had a long conversation with, who was it? I think it was Steve, actually. He was telling me about all the Japanese players that came out. Remember he talked about it like that there was like 4 of them that they knew and then 4 of them that they had no idea what to expect from them. And he said that it was so cool to watch them play because the way Japan plays fighting games and the way America plays fighting games are really different. Mm-hmm. And so Japan is always the guys coming up with all the setups, the set play, as people like to call. Tokido kind of invented the Street Fighter 4 Vortex with Akuma, right? The Tokido Shiki and all these things like that. And he said that's how they were playing Killer Instinct. They just had these setups that they had never seen before. And that they were doing all these crazy things. And Domi, who made top 8, I think he's the only Japanese player who made top 8, apparently just had like the craziest Cinder that was just like doing just like all sorts of wacky things that they just had never seen.
Yo, I saw some crazy juggles with that Cinder.
Yeah, and like apparently like the way that it works out is that like the Japanese players really liked some of the stuff the Americans are doing, and they started pulling that into their gameplay. Okay. While the Americans now are going to try to look at all the stuff the Japanese players are doing. Apparently, the Japanese players had a lot more option selects and all sorts of things like that. So, yeah, I just heard it was like super cool just to kind of see this mix of the different styles, and now it'll hopefully blend a little bit more. So
cool.
That's like super exciting.
I've talked with Keats in the past about that game and the players. And he says that one of the things that it seems to him that people lack in that game is option selecting. And I was like, you're developing a game and you're cool with option selects? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, there's some really crazy ones that we found in the office that they've never seen anybody do in tournaments.
Right.
And he was a little bit bemoaning the fact that people hadn't picked that part of the game up yet.
Right.
I'm really happy to hear that at least some players, it sounds like, are doing it, just not the ones that we were seeing in American tournaments.
Right. And you know what? Like, I like that Keats said he's okay with option selects being in there. A lot of people hate option selects. Keats is probably smart enough to know that it's just almost impossible to get rid of them. Like, you have to do something fantastic to your game to be able to eliminate option selects. That's just look, if we went back and played Karate Champ, we would probably find option selects.
I'm sure you're right.
You know, at this point, especially with the way that game's controlled, you could probably come up with some broken stuff.
That'd be pretty sick, dude.
Now that I think about it, dude. Yeah, it's almost, because basically, like I said, you want the technical definition of an option select, it's humans outsmarting the computer. That's all it is, and that's all it is. They coded it a certain way, and we're going to take advantage of it, and we're always going to be smarter than the computer. That's just the way it is. Like,
take that, computers.
Until you develop an AI that can recognize option selects and say, nope, I'm not going to let you do that, option selects are going to exist. So it's just the way it works.
All right, we got a good 15 years left, probably. Sweet. No, but everybody seemed like they were very happy with how KI went, so I'm glad to hear that. For that game's sake.
Yep, absolutely.
Then, all right, so now we're in finals day.
Yes, and this day, man,
it was a good one.
It was so good.
It was. All right, Guilty Gear Xrd sign. 7th place, Zidane.
Yeah.
With Leia Whitefang.
It's really unfortunate because he got bodied on stream. Oh, I'll get into this afterwards. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
7th also, Mr. Kit Kat with Axel. Then Rion with Kai, Dogura 5th with Sin, 4th Nakamura with Milia, 3rd Woshige with Milia, 2nd ODG Nage with Faust, and winner Ogawa Zato with Sato 1.
Yep. And that I mean, honestly, Ogawa winning feels like it kind of rights the world, because remember, he didn't win that tournament recently, the God's Garden tournament. He got 3rd place, and everyone's like, what? And, you know, him.
Oh, yeah, dude. You know what? That's right. Smash 4 was before that. Honestly, that sounds so weird to me still that I just totally forgot that it was before any of those games.
Oh, dude, rip Smash. Dude.
All right, we'll talk about Smash 4 after this. That's seriously just my own, I can't believe that happened. All right, anyway, go on.
Okay, what I wanted to say was, one, congratulations to Zidane making top 8. I think that's really awesome. He got on stage, he played top 8, he got destroyed, and a lot of people, he didn't look good, right? And it's really unfortunate, because do you know who he beat to get into top 8? He beat FAB.
Yo.
He beat FAB. That's why you don't see Fab in top 8, because Zidane beat him. And you know that had to have been epic. So
FAB was 17th place.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, he might have even beat him before. He might have beat him in winner's side I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Okay. In any case, but dude, he beat FAB, and that match is online. I believe OAR Raph has it on his channel. It's like TAS Raph or something like that. I have it linked on my computer. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But dude, that's impressive stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Because everyone's like, as soon as you saw FAB was coming, you're like, Grand Finals, Ogawa, FAB. You know?
I mean, that would have been cool. But that's awesome.
Yeah, but the fact that he did that is ridiculous. So yeah, you could, like I said, OAR Raph has it on his YouTube. I think it's like TAS Raph or something like that. So definitely check that out. But yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing that that a U.S. player got top 8 at all. Let's be frank, because Guilty Gear had one of the highest percentage of Japanese players making it out here. Right. And we all know that they've always been ridiculous at Guilty Gear.
Right.
So absolutely shout outs to Zidane. I'm really, really cool. Some people are linking it. But I'm really sad that Elvin Shadow didn't make top 8.
Yeah.
He's super good.
He got 25th.
Yeah, he's an amazing player. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite, make it. So, but shout outs to him. He's definitely one of the stronger players. And also Kid Viper.
Kid Viper got 9th.
Yeah, he just missed it. Yeah, I think he lost to, I want to say Hasagawa or someone like that. And he just missed it. And he's super good as well.
Yeah.
So. Where did Kazunoko finish?
Let's see. Kazunoko.
Wow, this is already crazy that you can't find Kazunoko.
Doesn't he play under his real name in that game?
I don't know. His real name is Inoue,
yeah.
like INOE.
I mean, I don't see either one, so.
Damn!
I don't know what happened there.
Kazunoko got bodied.
Not in top 25, I guess. I'm just missing it.
Okay. Oh,
I don't know. I don't see him in top 25.
Yeah, I don't know. But, okay. Well, there you go. So, but apparently Zidane eliminated him, so.
Dang, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, but, I mean, dude, good stuff to all these guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I don't know, obviously, we already talked about Wushige and what happened to him there, but I mean,
sad I missed that. I'm so sad.
It was the weirdest thing, because he started pumping his fist, and you're everyone was like, you're right. Because the thing is, if he hadn't done something so genius, like, people would have realized something was wrong earlier. But he started pumping his fist, then he slowly started turning, and then he got up.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, this cocky mofo, dude. Look at this guy. He's standing up in the middle of the match. And then he started walking away from the station. And also, like, I saw this whole conversation between, I think it was Black Rose and who else was it? A bunch of the guys. It was Farpenoodle.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys. They were all involved in the camera work and the cutting and everything like that. They did that so good. Like, the timing on that it was all very fortunate. It was just good fortune, but the timing of it was beautiful. The guy manning the camera did a great job following him, cheering on and everything. And then the fact that you could see him react like, oh crap, and turn around and immediately cuts back to the game, so you could see 100% of Ogawa going, like, sucks to be you.
Yeah.
And dude, like,
by the way, shout outs to Ogawa.
Dude, right?
That was the right call. Right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because look, I'm not pausing the game and risk getting like a loss because this jerk can't sit down fast enough. I would have done the same. For sure.
That's true. He could have. Yeah, no.
Whatever my sickest combo is, I'm in there.
Dude, yeah, absolutely.
That was so good. And no mercy, man.
And then Ogawa, and then afterwards cheering the way he did.
Yeah.
Like he pulled off something amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like beat you and then, hey, sorry, dude. Like you messed up. Like he won and he was just like, yeah, dude, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, that moment was so amazing, dude.
Awesome.
Oh god, it was so great. The band is on the field.
Yeah.
The band is on the field.
That was really good.
So cool, dude. Oh man.
I liked watching the game. You know, I like Gear, I don't play it, but I feel like it's one of those things where I like watching the game, even though I don't play it.
Yeah,
it's just a good game to watch.
I mean, we had this whole conversation before Evo, right? I mean, Guilty Gear is a heavy execution game. If you don't like execution, Gear is just not meant for you, right? So, I mean, that's just the way it works, and Gear is definitely a very execution-heavy game. So.
I was talking with Sanchez, and Sanchez said that about MK. Sanchez says, I don't like playing the game, but I like watching it a lot. And I said, I'm the same way about Gear. I think I don't think I realized that really until then. So that was good. Well, you want to talk about Smash 4? Because we totally passed it by.
Yeah, let's do that.
Man, I really that sounds so weird to me still. It was...
it was really unfortunate that it was on at that time, but even like Wizard said on the Capcom Pro Talk beforehand, was like, it was unfortunate, the schedule kind of worked out that way, and then also like, the Smash scene wasn't sure about customs yet, and so who knows, maybe it could have just been villagers sitting there off to the side all day,
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that's actually a theme we need to talk about, because let's get through Smash and Street Fighter, or do you want me to talk about it now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
People getting mad at defensive play.
Oh, yeah. Let's save that, because that came up, I think, a lot for Melee as well, not just for 4.
Melee. No, it wasn't 4.
Yeah,
it was
Melee.
It was Street Fighter 4, and I just brought it up because we were talking about the villager thing. We love that stuff.
Indeed.
But
Indeed.
Yeah. Let's get.
Yeah, we'll save that. In fact, in 9th place, Static Manny is one of my favorite players to watch in that game, because his Sonic is just like running away the whole time. And when he lost, he was 9th place, right? And he lost, the opponent made top 8, and everybody cheered. The cheers were so loud because it timed out.
Right.
He lost by timeout. His own tactic. Right. Everybody else was so happy, and I was so sad. Just want to see that.
Yeah, I actually heard like it could have happened in KI. Like Rico apparently was, with Fulgore, was totally laming somebody out, and then afterwards he just like went in because he just thought, this is boring for the audience or something like that, and he actually went in.
Well, My God, did you see the My God thing?
Oh, it might have been a My God match.
Okay, because he had a giant life lead as Saberwolf against Sleeps Conra, and then he just started blocking, and there were like maybe 25 seconds left, and I guess that's just not enough time, or that's too much time to just sit there against Conra, and he died.
Okay,
gotcha, he died. It was a huge comeback on Sleep Spot. It was cool. Right. I saw a video of that later. Anyway, 7th place, GW Foul with Ness, then PG Esam with Pikachu. 5th were IQ HQ Dabuzz with Rosalina Luma and Olimar. Then 5th, Boreal Ally with Mario and Marth. 4th was ASA Abadongo with Sheik. 3rd was Nairo with Zero Suit Samus. 2nd was LLL Mr. R with Sheik. Guess who won? Zero with Sheik and Diddy.
Yes.
So he continues his streak of being undefeated in Smash 4 tournaments. He is definitely the most dominant player of any major fighting game right now.
Well, let me ask you.
Even above Sonic Fox.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
I think even above Sonic Fox, because Sonic Fox has lost in tournaments.
That's true.
Yeah, he wins a lot, but he hasn't won everything.
It's right with Sonic Fox in Injustice, but not in MKX.
Yeah, but honestly, the Injustice scene is a tiny percentage of what Smash 4 scene is.
That's true.
Much smaller.
That's true. That's
much
true.
smaller.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the MK top players didn't even play that game.
Yeah, actually, Abadongo used Pac-Man, but then against Zero, he used Wario, I remember.
Okay, because that's why I was surprised when I turned to you and I was like, Sheik. I didn't know, but okay.
I saw Abadongo versus Esam. That match was awesome, because I just had to go watch some Pac-Man, right? And Esam, of course, was using some customs and stuff like that, including the stronger headbutt ram. And one of the most unfortunate stock losses I think I've seen in Smash was when Abadongo dropped a fire hydrant in the middle of the stage, and then Abadongo got knocked off the stage. And Esam went to go chase him, went to the edge, charged up the killer head ram or whatever it's called, and Abadongo tried to get back on stage. And as soon as he let go of the head ram, a burst of water came from the fire hydrant, caught him, so his forward momentum with the water just like took him all the way off the stage.
That's hilarious.
Dude, the whole audience just like was dying, dude, and it was so sad. Like it's tough, like because I root for Pac-Man and I rooted for Abadongo for that reason. So it was tough to watch that happen, and I wanted to be happy about it, but dude, that just sucks. That
does suck.
But yeah,
that's one of the games that I'm most looking forward to going back and watching. Because I didn't see any of it. I was originally scheduled to be free during that period of time, and then they had to shift things around a little bit, so I couldn't watch it after all. It was unfortunate.
But yeah, look, I mean, I really like the game.
Yeah,
because like Melee is kind of like the Marvel of like comparison in fighting games, because it's fast, it's combo heavy, like it's very easy to kill someone really fast. And Smash is more about footsies. It's slower. It's like Street Fighter, where the hits are going to be fewer, and it's more about spacing and stuff. So, I mean, I really appreciate both games. I really enjoy it.
Good way to put it.
Having said that, I did speak with a lot of guys. I talked to Zero. I talked to Necalli. I talked to Esam, who did use customs, right?
Yeah.
And all of them said that customs just wasn't a good idea. It just didn't pan out. And I was like, well, what about the characters who are bad? Like, doesn't the customs help them? And, like, I talked to them all separately, and they all pretty much said the same thing, which was, the problem is that while the customs can make bad characters good, it makes the top tier better.
Yeah.
Like, it actually aids the top tier more than it aids the bottom tier.
Yeah.
Like, they said Sonic gets something that's just, like, ridiculous. Like, he just, like, slams into the ground, and it's, like, really good. And Sonic's already, like, one of the better characters and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but, I mean, customs experiment probably wasn't necessarily successful, hopefully. And, almost, I can't imagine it wouldn't, but, if Smash 4 comes back next year, I would hope it not to be customs and such. So.
Sure, it'll be back. But yeah.
And even Esam, who was using customs, said that he would prefer to not have customs,
Okay.
And one other thing they did say, though, was that there wasn't any really horrible upsets due to customs, and the biggest upset happened because a person picked customs and he lost. So that was the upset, because he thought it would have been better for him, and he wasn't as used to the custom set, so he didn't play as well as he probably would have had he not used customs. So the customs hurt him, and that caused the upset, not that the customs aided somebody else. But overall, they said some of the results were pretty wacky. So.
Well, I talked with D1 briefly about it, and he said he was pretty happy with how it turned out, and that it was more an offensive top 8 than a defensive top 8, which is what a lot of people, I guess, at least he was, hoping that would happen.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it wasn't, he said it wasn't as slow. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen it, but that's what he told me.
Okay, cool.
All right.
But honestly, like, shout-outs to that scene, because they were really cool.
Yeah.
They were really cool, and I talked to Zero, like I said, over there, and he was really happy with everything, so he's really happy. A lot of them were happy. I mean, obviously, all of them were sad about customs in the time slot, but all of them want to be back, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool.
For sure. Do you want to take a break, and then we'll get to the final 4 games?
Yeah, sure. I mean, one of the main reasons I want to take a break is I really need to turn on that air conditioner.
It's so hot. Oh, my God. Also, I've been waiting to take this off until then.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Proper.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back, guys.
All right, we're cooled down a little bit. Now let's keep talking about Evolution 2015.
Yes. What game are we on now?
Let's talk about Mortal Kombat X.
Yes.
Game that I did top 8 commentary for, so I saw all of it.
Right. Let me just tell you my biggest gripe about Mortal Kombat X.
Okay.
I was not in the second hall because I wanted to listen to you and Eric.
You should have been in that second hall, man.
I should have went over there, dude. I totally should have. I missed all that. I wanted to hear that so bad. So.
You know what? Actually, a few people told me that they did go to the second hall to listen to that.
Yeah.
Which was really nice to hear.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was very happy to hear about that. It was actually a ton of fun, dude. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
To commentate with Eris is always a blast. He just does actually, I feel like he's underrated as far as analysis goes and play-by-play goes. He's just considered like a jokey hype man, but actually he's really good at that. And I found myself for long periods of time, just like letting him do that,
Right,
and then I would jump in like almost as the color guy, as the joke guy.
Right.
So it was cool. I thought it was
because the thing is about it is that's how good his humor is that it makes his analysis less noticeable.
Yeah.
And seriously, like, there is no one legit, like, who gets on the mic who makes me laugh as much as Eris.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just watch him randomly, like when he was doing, like, Wednesday night fights and stuff like that, like, when he did a lot of the Viscant low-tier god matches and stuff like that, too. Like, I'm just, like, dying the whole time, dude. He's 100%, like, one of my favorite commentators.
He is a blast. He is a blast. Yeah. And I think I'm just going to start saying Mox as far as wake-up games go now.
I heard instead you guys came up with like...
Instead of meaties.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Instead of Okazumi or whatever he says.
Yeah. No, he's the best. He's literally the best. And
that was a lot of fun.
I know a lot of people have issues with him from the past.
Indeed.
Completely unfortunate situation that he got thrust in, and so
and for which he has repented for it.
Yes, but we don't need to dwell on that anyways. All
right, it was a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the only other thing I will say, honestly, one of the main reasons why I did want to go to the other hall, dude, MKX, look, NetherRealms, I love you guys, but please come out with a patch that replaces all the background music with like the movie soundtrack techno music. Just do it.
That would be so sick.
I just want to play with Scorpion versus like Reptile and just have it going the whole time, dude. Like, cause seriously, dude, when we're like literally in that hall because the bass was so damn strong, right? All we were hearing the whole time was.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you could hear. Like, they need some background music, dude. Seriously.
It's so bad, dude. You know what? I even listen to the commentary. I listen to Grand Finals just because I always do that.
Right. Exactly.
And I was listening to it, and I realized there's this one part in the commentary where it sounds like the characters are screaming more. And I don't know if that was real or if it was just the crowd or what, but because we realized that, I started to listen to see if there was any music. I honestly couldn't hear it. Yeah, maybe it's there. Yeah. But I just couldn't hear it. I remember being surprised when somebody said something about the Injustice soundtrack. And I honestly never knew that there was a soundtrack. Right. I knew that there was a sort of song for the character select screen. Right. But I honestly, seriously, didn't realize that there was even a soundtrack. And MK, at least there are some stages where the guitar goes.
Apparently, someone's saying that was the audience screaming about coming out getting hit by fans.
That's what I thought. But it was hard to tell because it was not out of. It wasn't like out of the impossibility. That was just with the noise that he makes.
Because I honestly thought about it for a second. I actually thought to myself, one of the things that may be a problem with MKX, like, I'm not even talking about gameplay. This is all cosmetic stuff we're talking about here, right? Is that the characters don't say anything.
They say things.
Well,
they go, woo!
Right, but
Robert,
and stuff like that all day. Or there's the occasional move where they'll do something where, like, Aaron Black will shoot you on the ground, get up, and be like, I don't have time for you, or something like that. But, like...
These are $500 shoes. That's what Cassie says.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. But, like, look at every other fighting game. Hadouken, Sonic Boom, PK Thunder, like, every game has, like, people making noises, except for, let's see, Mortal Kombat and Tekken. And it started coming to my head that I was like, you know what? Maybe people saying things is way more important than we think from an entertainment standpoint.
Interesting.
Because, I mean, look, when Apology Man was playing Marvel and making comebacks with Skrull, and he launched into a super, what happened? Inferno! From the whole audience, right? Or like when Spencer was like doing 80K and then all of a sudden, this is it! Boom! Like everyone always shouts, Bionic Arm! All these things like that. I'm wondering if that actually has something to do with everything.
Doria!
Yeah, it's like when people talk... I think actually makes a big difference, and I think the fact that like all the MK characters just sit there and go, you know, and stuff like I don't know if it's like if it's missing something. Like, it would be weird to see Scorpion go spear shot, you know, or
get over here.
Yeah.
Actually, but you know what? That's super. It's a trademark thing, right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows it. And maybe that's because that's one of the only things anybody says in all of MK.
Yeah, but see how
how
much that gets into everyone's brain? Get over here! And what's the other thing everyone knows is Toasty, which is the head that comes out down there. Like, I feel like maybe they just need to start making characters say things. Come here! Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Maybe, dude. That actually doesn't sound crazy to me.
And they just need to get better background music. Honestly, that's the two things I think that might actually help, because their sound effects are really good.
The sound effects are very nice.
Because Injustice sound effects were terrible. MKX doesn't have.
Especially like when somebody dies and their guts get ripped out. It really sounds like guts getting ripped out.
Yeah, those sounds are really
good.
Those sounds are really good. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, ding dong. Actually, that's one of the cool things that people say when. So Cassie, right, in Hollywood, she goes, ding dong, like right in the nuts.
Oh, she says that. I don't think I ever noticed that.
Yeah, she says ding dong.
Okay.
When you do the nut punch.
Right.
And oftentimes crowds will go, ding dong, when that happens.
See, there you go. You know what? I may be onto something.
You may be. It turns out that there was value in audio all this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way. Anyways, okay.
And somebody usually plays it on mute. Anyway, the game is a blast, just as Injustice was, and nobody knew it. MK is a blast. Right. And top 8, I felt, was really good. Okay. I was super happy with top 8, honestly. Cool. So Yomi Zyfox got 7th place with Flame Fist Liu Kang. 7th also was JLA Milky Situation with Noxious Reptile. 5th, Yomi DJT with Tempest Kung Lao. 5th also PND Ketchup, Sorcerer Quan Chi.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yomi MIT with Kobajitsu Tanya and Covert Ops Sonya. 3rd was CR Honeybee with Swarm Queen Dvora. 2nd was a Foxy Grandpa with, I think, PND, a Foxy Grandpa with Tempest Kung Lao. Then CR Sonic Fox with Outlaw Aaron Black and Royal Storm Katana. He won the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm super happy for Sonic Fox.
Me too.
He was playing amazing.
He was.
Dude, I felt bad too, because like he was beating everybody and just making the sickest reads. That guy understands when people are standing or crouching or when they're going to let go of the block button better than anyone I've ever seen in my life. And I tweeted that out. I was like, Sonic Fox is like one of the smartest players I've ever seen. Right before Grand Finals, and then Foxy Grandpa started winning, and everyone's like, dude, you jinxed him. I was like, no! But, you know, he ended up winning. But, yeah, that guy is super good.
I think everybody is on board with that now.
Yeah.
Even just a month ago, I don't think people were on board with that. But then when he picked Katana and won ESL, even like his biggest detractors said, "You're legit. I have to practice up.
Yeah.
This is, you know, you're a serious player." So I think he is by far, maybe not by far, considerable margin though, the best player in NRS games. But not just that. I feel like he really could be one of the best players in whatever game he wants to play. He just doesn't... I mean, if you don't like Street Fighter, that's fine. Or Marvel, whatever, that's fine. But I feel like he could be one of the top players in those games and Gear and BlazBlue and whatever else he wants.
I really hope he picks up Street Fighter 5.
Me too.
Because I would love to see him body everybody.
For sure.
And everybody... Because there's probably a lot of people in the Capcom scene that probably still doubt him.
You know, not as much, actually. For example, I remember at MLG in Injustice... I was sitting there with a Capcom player. We'll call him.
Ryan Hart?
It might not be. Actually, somebody who that's also probably similarly stupid to call a Capcom player. But,
right.
Anyway, so we're sitting there watching Sonic Fox do like random mid-screen Dragon Punch. And we were turning to each other and we're like, can you believe this?
Right.
If only we were playing this game. And seriously.
Yeah.
But then I talked with the same dude like a few weeks ago. Maybe a couple weeks ago. And he was saying how impressed he was.
Yeah.
Super impressive player, Sonic Fox. So no, there's nobody now who thinks that he's not a good player.
Yeah.
Or not the best.
Right.
He's the best.
Because the thing about it is, at first, when you watch us play, it does look random. But if you land your stuff 90% of the times, there's no way it's random. And eventually you just have to be like, you know what? Like, go you. You know what I mean? Seriously, at that point.
But the thing that's most impressive to me is that he's so often in the right range. Like, he gets anti-air stand 1, like, all the time. That's very hard to do. To just anti-air jab in that game. Anti-airs are really tough in general.
Right.
But he does that with a character that doesn't even have the best anti-air jab. He just does it. So he's always at that range so often. And his ability to run in, run out, he plays all the styles. He plays a pressure character in Aaron Black, and he plays a zoning character in Katana. He's the best of both of them. So,
yeah.
I was happy for him. And then I was happy also because it was an international top 8. Because second place was UK player Foxy Grandpa. Third place was a Canadian player, Honeybee. Fifth place was a UK player in Ketchup. So, in fact, the top 5 was mostly international.
Right.
That has never happened in an NRS game. I'm not sure there's been a non-American in top 8 in an NRS game before.
Right. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe there has been, but I'm not aware of it. Certainly nothing like this situation. And I that's good because I don't want it to just be an American game. I would love it if other scenes picked it up. Some scenes it's tough. Madsen, for example, got pretty far into the tournaments. Yeah, 17th place. That game was illegal in his home country until just recently.
Yes.
So there have been problems and reasons why a few other people pick it up. But that's awesome. And in fact, MOV got top 32.
Dude, that
like Japanese player MOV got top 32.
Chun-Li player, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
How did Yomi do overall at the
Yomi
event?
got 3 of the top 8.
Okay.
But they got 4th, 5th, and 7th places in that top 8.
Right.
And I felt like DJT was the strongest player coming in, but he gets 5th. So it had a lot of geographic variety, and character variety certainly was in there. And I'm happy for Sonic Fox that he officially is the best, and it's not just that he was playing Injustice and that the MK vets weren't in there.
Right.
He actually, he's the best.
Right.
So.
And the other cool thing,
Shoutouts.
honestly, was that a lot of the people who got up top placing was a lot of people who do tend to stick with their characters a little bit, right? Because obviously CEO was Tanya, she was the flavor of the week. And I remember all weekend long you were telling me that Bone Shaper Shinnok was the flavor of the week, right?
He was.
And none of them made top 8.
Yeah, a Bone Shaper made it out of most pools. That's weird.
Right.
But nobody made top 8 with that character. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. So,
I did think that Sonic Fox was the best coming in, for sure. I thought he was the best for a while. But I know that he had detractors, and I'm happy that they can't talk anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
All right, that was MK. Then Super Smash Bros. Melee was up after that. Let's talk about this one.
Yes.
This was a sick one, I thought.
Dude, this was really exciting. And obviously, it started off with a couple of upsets even before getting there. That Mango and Leffen were already in losers bracket.
Right.
So that was already kind of a shock going in there.
Sure.
But, dude, like, Melee, I'll tell you one thing, though. It's like their upsets are that Mango and Leffen are in losers bracket in top 8. Like, this is how consistent this game is.
It's amazing because there's so many players.
I know, right? And it's like, it's shocking to me that Melee is that consistent. You know what I mean? And it's just really cool to see because then, see, this is kind of where my Marvel argument comes in. You always have these guys in there. And so if you're tuning into a Smash Top 8, you're always going to see Leffen and Armada and Mango and all these guys. And so there's this kind of consistency of top-level play and players that you've become fans for, which will draw you in and watch a little bit more. So,
well, top 8, Chudat, 7th place, MH Chudat, Ice Climbers. Yeah, Ice Climbers.
Let me say one thing about Chudat, by the way. I remember from Evo East and Evo West. I think it was from Evo East. I remember putting up videos on my YouTube of Chudat playing back then. So that's awesome because he was also kind of an upset. He was a surprise. No one was expecting him to get up there, I think, just in terms of because he's more of an old school player, but there he is. So I totally remember making like videos on my YouTube like from 2003 or 2004. So shout outs to him. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, man, for sure. 7th place also Tempo Axe with Pikachu. Yeah. 5th was C9 Mango. Dang, you got 5th with Fox and Falco. Right. 5th also TSM Leffen with Fox. Dang. Then 4th was PG Plup. Oh, that was so sick. I was really happy for him. With Sheik and Samus. The Samus pick.
Dude, he beat Leffen with Samus.
Yup.
He beat Leffen with Samus, dude.
Yup.
He had some of the most amazing aim with those Samus missiles.
Yeah, it was so sick.
It was so good.
Third, EGPPMD with Marth and Falco. Second, Liquid Hungry Box, 2 years in a row, Jigglypuff. Mm-hmm. And then Alliance Armada won it with Fox and Peach.
Yeah. So shout-outs to Armada getting first place. Has definitely put some more spikes into the whole Armada versus Mango, who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all time arguments, because one of the arguments against Armada was that he hasn't taken an Evo.
Right.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
And here he is, so...
Yeah. It's always really cool to me to watch Hungry Box because I like Jigglypuff a lot. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I were to play that game competitively, it would be either Marth or Jiggly. Because I just really like, you know me. I like spacing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like spacing around. And there's no grappler in that game. Like if I'm going to be a viable character, I'm not a grappler. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's not even an option as far as viable competitive play goes. And so I would pick one of those too. And it's awesome to me. I don't know why. Well, that's not true. I know people don't like defensive play because they don't like it in any game, but I wish that everybody saw why that was fun.
Yeah.
I really do.
I
it's
saw
awesome.
So many people were even like, don't play like that. You're ruining our game on the big stage or whatever. Like, dude, you're trying to win an Evo. You're going to win however you need to win, right? I mean, Melee rarely times out. There was a timeout where he won. And dude, I thought that was fantastic. I mean, you're playing to win. You're playing to win Evo.
Yes.
He got second place last year. He wants to win first place this year.
Yes.
And you're going to tell him that he's playing wrong if he's winning, dude? I mean, come on. Like, no, dude. That's the way he plays. So, I don't know. I just think that's the right way to play, and I love watching it. And like I said, we'll get into it a little bit more after we get to healing.
Sure. Yeah, but that was very cool. And shout outs to Plup for getting that high. And by the way, no, Mewtwo King did not enter.
Yes,
people asking.
He did not make it.
He did not get in. Yeah.
Who's in third place again?
PPMD got third place. Yeah.
It was just that's right, because I remember when we're going through the list and you got the third place or something. I want to say, I think PPMD, like, he tweeted something like tournaments are fun. I think I should go more often. It was just so casual, dude. I don't know. That guy's awesome, dude.
I don't think I've ever talked to him.
Yeah, I don't think I've talked to him, but he seems like a really interesting, cool guy, you know. So.
What do you think about Mango throwing his medal?
Look, I had someone come up to me and they're like, dude, do you think the Evo staff is going to be mad that he threw the medal away? Like, do you think that's like totally disrespect, dude? They probably loved it. They probably thought it was just as funny as anybody else did.
For sure. They're not the kind of guys to be mad about that
stuff.
stuff.
Dude, Mango had it.
He got the medal, right, and he got, what was it, 5th? And he threw it into the audience.
Yeah, immediately. Like, he didn't even put, like, they put it on him, he took it off, and then just chucked it into the audience. Yeah. Dude, this guy's won first place twice.
Yeah.
And then, he's going to chuck a 5th place medal. Look.
I think that's hilarious.
Dude.
It's a good show.
The thing that's going to not save, but the thing that's going to make fighting games grow is personalities, is players. I think that's one of the things missing from a lot of the other esports, right? So like League of Legends and stuff, it's usually about the team. And so you don't really get to see the individuality. Some people say that even in regular sports, in A sports, athletic sports, or should I call them B sports, ball sports maybe? I don't know.
Don't forget P sports.
Oh yeah, the puck, that's right. So A sports, because in fact I was going to bring up hockey. One of the reasons why that people feel like hockey's not as popular here in America is because everyone's wearing helmets and they all look the same. And then when you get to the Stanley Cup, everyone puts on a beard, and now they all literally look the same.
They're all bearded white guys with helmets. That's true. You're right.
They literally look the same. Whereas something like basketball, same thing, 5-on-5. But the basketball players are so much more individualized, and that stands out to people, so it's more likely for them to go, like, I'm going to buy a LeBron jersey, or I'm going to buy an Iverson jersey, or something like that. Obviously, hockey's popular in Canada and other places, but that's because they also play in those countries.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of it is just culture, and hockey doesn't have the same show-off culture. And the fans don't have it either.
Right.
I mean, it's like none of us is interested in that, and I don't want it to be like that. But anyway.
So back to that, what I'm all saying is that personality is a lot of stuff. Mango chucking the medal into the audience, I think it's hilarious. Even the guy who got it tweeted it, and apparently he was walking around and said he got 8th place in Tetris or something like that.
That's awesome.
Dude, it's so sick, dude. I think that's funny. I think it made a great story. I thought it was a really, really cool, funny moment. So I had no problems with it at all whatsoever.
As long as everybody shakes hands after a series in hockey,
yeah,
that's it. You better do that.
Yeah.
Because there will be hell to pay. I don't really care that much, but I know a lot of people do.
Okay.
All right. What was next? Oh yeah, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Dang. Can I just say this in advance? Dang.
Yes.
RF 7th place. Morgan, Doom, Virgil. Dizzy 7th place. Zero, Doom, Virgil. Cross 5th place. Any Americans yet? Cross. Zero, Doctor Strange, Dante. Golden Boy Neo 5th place. Magneto, Dr. Doom, Phoenix. Fruitsy, okay, we've had one American so far. MODOK, Captain America, Doom. And then Apology Man, Firebrand, Doom, Skrull. Ray, Magneto, Doom, Sentinel. Then Kane Blue River won the whole thing, which sounds so weird to say. Hulk, Sentinel, Hagar. So that was quite a top 8.
Yeah.
Totally unexpected. America only made, three of the top 8?
3. But granted,
2 of the top 3, but, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But someone actually...
And King Blue River, I was obviously trained in America, but
right.
Chilean, of course.
Someone threw out this interesting factoid to me. I have to research it. I don't know if this is 100% accurate. But someone said to me, of all the grand final winners in Marvel, I think the only repeat character is Hagar now.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Right, from Viscant and Kane Blue River.
Right.
But other than that, it's been like everybody else, which is really weird to me.
I mean, yeah. You know, Hagar's a pretty different character.
Right.
Because he's totally different on point and he's different assist too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's true. You know, Doom is everywhere in there. I think there were only 2 teams that did not have Doom.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, I guess. So, you know, big stories, right? Few Americans, only 3 out of the top 8, and America did not win Marvel for the first time in forevers.
Right.
And a lot of the gods of that game were not in there. Mm-hmm. Justin Wong, no. Chris G, no. Filipino Champ, also.
Yeah, a lot of people pointed out that Champ and Viscant have used Phoenix, so I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know where that's
true.
I
heard it. No, but you guys are right.
Yeah. Okay. But continue.
Well, no, I mean, those are the things. And then even... other players that a lot of people expected or thought had good chances to make it. Clockwork, right? Nemo, whatever. A lot of these people did not get up there.
Poor Clockwork.
I know.
Dude, 9th place forever.
I know.
Forever 9th place, dude. Ugh. God, that's rough, dude.
For sure. I feel like this is like the 2nd or 3rd time I've seen GC Yoshi get like 13th place.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. He did really well. So.
Those are big. I remember when we had Hanzo Gonzo on to talk about what to expect in Marvel, he said to expect diversity. Totally right.
Dude, yeah.
Totally right. I mean, it was, we mentioned a lot of Dooms, but the points, Hulk, Magneto, Firebrand, MODOK, Magneto, couple of zeros, Morgan, that's a lot of variety.
Yeah.
It is. And even the ways that those teams play, sure, they have Doom on them, but Doom serves a different function.
And variety even from where they're from.
Right, geographic variety.
Right, like the Japanese players, they came out, they wanted to win this, and they played so good. Like, Cross beat Chris G, and then RF beat Chris G, with Chris's own team, too. And I just tweeted this recently. There's a video of Chris G losing to RF, and he's really distraught in the video. Chris is really distraught, and you know how the internet goes, so they're just gonna make fun of him for it and stuff like that. And I just think that's terrible because, like, Chris has in the past been like, I don't care about Evo, all these things like that, whatever, I can, he's always seemed kind of flippant about everything. But to see how much he wanted to win and how hurt he was for losing, to me, I respect him so much more to see how much he wanted to win this event. I've always been kind of a Chris G fan. Obviously, he does a lot of things that a lot of people don't necessarily agree with or whatever like that. He says some stupid things on Twitter. But he's really changed a lot recently. Like, I was hoping he would mature a little bit, and he's matured actually a lot more, than even I was expecting in the past year or so. and to see how much he wanted to win and how heartbroken he was that he lost. I don't know. I actually became more of a Chris G fan.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. I haven't had a negative thought about that guy in a year, probably. Maybe longer than that. He's definitely a good A+ dude, in my opinion. Yeah. So, I haven't seen the video. I've heard a lot about it so far, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Kane Blue River.
Yes.
He wins Evo. You know what this is like? This is like the reverse of when the Kings won the Stanley Cup, and it's still in my brain. That's just weird. I know intellectually that it happened, but I just can't. There's part of me that is so revulsed by that I just can't accept it. It's weird. I have to tell myself, remember the Kings won Stanley. That's so strange to me. So
you're revulsed that Kane Blue River.
No, that's why I said it's the opposite of that. It's the same sort of like what? But I'm super happy about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm super happy about it. That was. It's fantastic because I don't think anybody has put in more work. I don't think anybody has more invested in Marvel 3 than Kane.
How has no one ever come up with that before? Since you like big body characters anymore, has anyone ever called you David and Goliath or anything like that before?
No.
That just seems like it makes so much sense now that I think about it.
I guess it does.
And anyways, keep going. Yeah.
His win is significant of a bunch of things. It's significant of it not just being America's game, and it's significant of it not just being a top tier game, or else it turns out that we didn't understand top tier. It's one of those two things, and it's that if you work hard, you can get there. Because even he will tell you he's not the most talented fighting game player.
I didn't make that up. I saw it in chat. Someone said David and Goliath in chat.
So yeah, I saw that too.
People are... Yeah, anyways, keep going.
I saw it too. So his win means all those things to me. It means that theoretically I could compete. Because I can do Hulk combos. When I played Marvel 3, I played Hulk Hagar and Thor, not Sentinel, but I played the shell that he plays. And Sentinel doesn't have any hard execution. So like I could do it.
Right.
Whereas if you watch somebody like Ray Ray, who is like to watch, right? Fantastic. The movement is just it's beautiful,
right.
But it's so hard.
Right.
I know that I can't do that. That's off limits for me. Maybe I could get to like some percentage of that, but I just can't do the thing.
Right.
And I know that, so it's awesome to watch him, but at the same time, it feels like it's like he's playing a different game. I don't feel that way about Kane. I feel like Kane is playing a game that's accessible to anybody.
Yeah.
As long as you put in the time in a different sort of way. It's not putting in time like this so much as obviously he has to hit his combos.
Right.
But it's not execution heavy in the same way that some of the other things are execution heavy in Marvel. So I feel like his win is just a really good thing for Marvel. Right. For all those reasons.
Yeah.
All those reasons.
Because the thing about it is, look, I felt like with all this talk of Marvel gods and stuff like that, a lot of the players got complacent. And we started seeing a lot of people trying to challenge that, including Kane Blue River, Full Schedule, Clockwork. All these guys kind of took advantage of it. And honestly, Kane Blue River worked super hard.
Hard, man.
Look, so I know there's a lot of different factions. There's a lot of people who don't like Kane Blue River's style of play. That they think that he's ruining the what Marvel is about or whatever like that. There's that, and they're just wrong. Whatever. Sorry, he's not playing the game the way you want to be played. So then learn to beat it. If it's not supposed to be that good, right? I know some people who have personal issues with Kane Blue River.
Different story.
That's a completely different thing. Yeah, okay. You don't like Kane Blue River for personal reasons, more power to you. I have nothing to say.
Yeah, and furthermore, I think some of those guys are justified. So, I'm not even going to talk about that. It's a different conversation.
Right, and then there's a lot of people who just dislike him because they hear stories like he abandoned family or whatever, and has mooched off of people and stuff like that, and taken to travel a lot. Obviously, he doesn't have any ways to earn money, so he's relied on the kindness of strangers and stuff like that. But I mean, look, it's worked, right? I mean, he's been able to do it. Obviously, there's people out there who care about him enough to help him with these kind of things. You don't hate on Kane Blue River for that. That's not his fault. if someone out there is like, you know what, I want to help you travel, I want to help you get places, right? I want to sponsor you to go to places. How can you hate on? Like, wouldn't you do it? Like, who in this place wouldn't take that at this point in time?
I mean, probably not, but yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, if we were playing and seriously playing still, right?
I hear you.
Like, a lot of people would take that, right? So, like, why would you hate on him for other people's kindness like that, right? I just don't get that. I don't get that.
This isn't even relevant, in my opinion. All I want to talk about is what his win means for Marvel 3, and I think that it's the opposite of the death of that game. I feel like it's a sign that game is more accessible than I had thought.
Right.
That I could, physically speaking, I mean, Kane is much better, of course, than me, but physically speaking, it's not off limits to me.
Right.
I thought it was.
Right.
And it's not. And that's just awesome. And I really hope that plus, if you work really hard, you'll get there. All these guys have worked hard, of course, but he's risked a lot. So.
Right. Well, let me ask you. So someone in the chat brought this up. What did you think of the Mike situation? He obviously wanted a mic to give a speech afterwards.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gotten it. I mean, they don't give anybody a mic. We didn't even get a mic when we won the Cannon Award. So that's fine. Now, I think that they should give everybody a mic. That would be what I'd like. I'd love it if they gave every winner like 30 seconds to just ramble if they'd like to. You don't need to, but if they'd like to.
Right.
But while the rule is the opposite, nobody should get it.
Yeah.
I hope that makes them look at it and makes them say, okay, you wanna talk? Talk. And anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Just make sure that's known in advance. And if it's not, if it continues to be not the case, then they shouldn't give anybody the mic. Just be consistent.
Right. Yeah, because the thing about it is, I mean, so if Kane Blue River got a mic, that sucks for all the other first place finishers who won. Like, why can't Armada say something? Why can't Sonic Fox say something? You know, it sucks for all those guys. Like, they'd be like, what the hell? So know. But like you said,
I do hope that they change that rule.
Yeah, absolutely. It just needs to be consistent. I don't care which way the rule is, as long as it's consistent. That's all it is.
For sure. Yeah. I definitely hear that.
Last year Prague and D1 did get the mic, but that was obviously for a very special reason. Is because Prague was in a situation where he retired from commentary.
Yeah, dude, their situation was like 100 times more emotional than ours.
Dude, right?
Honestly.
Because look, you aren't getting rid of us for a while. So,
deal with it.
Like, Prague didn't even commentate this year, right? I mean, he was there, but
he was hanging out, but he said he wasn't feeling that great.
Right, so. Exactly. So it's a completely different story. So you got to give them the opportunity to speak in that situation. So Max didn't really even get to say anything either. So
well, that's true.
Yeah. Well, he did show up eventually, and they gave him the award, and he was on the stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on stage. He was there.
Oh.
There was video of it, and like he's holding up Benny on the stage and everything like that.
Really?
Yeah. Did you just not see when he finally ran in there? And...
I guess. That's hilarious.
Yeah. He actually
I honestly didn't realize.
Yeah. He actually made it.
I'm glad to hear that, though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so good job to Kane Blue River. I hope that everybody else works harder next year and that they get in there and do good work and make the game good. Yay.
So before we move on to the next game, then this is another great topic for discussion. What is Marvel's future? Where do you think Marvel's going at this point?
It's getting smaller. I mean, there's no doubt about that, and the stream numbers back that up, right?
Yeah.
But that means that it's sort of getting like boiled down now into the hardcore, which is cool. Every game ends up going into that phase eventually,
right?
And that doesn't mean that it's dead. I played Super Turbo this past weekend. There was a whole line to play ST. Like, it was like arcade style.
Yeah,
there was a whole line. You were in there.
Yeah,
right? You played it too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that game has its hardcore, and it's not true that nobody new picks it up. Sometimes new people do pick that game up.
Right.
Fact, and some of them are really good players now. And I imagine that'll be how Marvel 3 ends up being. I don't expect it to get as small as ST.
Right.
I would think it would always maintain a pretty good size of players because it just has such unique gameplay.
Yeah, and I really like what you said about Kane Blue River winning. He won with this team that isn't like lightning loops, crazy Virgil 10,000 year combos or whatever. Maker winning World Series of Poker. Sorry for all the poker analogies.
Yeah, I can see that.
It brings. It might actually inspire a lot of people. Like, dang it, well, let me practice really hard. All these gods are getting complacent. Let's go. Now is my time. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely opens up the door for that. So there could actually be more new players for it.
I just saw a couple people in chat say that they're new Marvel players. So congrats.
I don't think the number of entrants will go up next year. Let's just put it that way. But this is just the course of a lot of games. And honestly, the thing that hurts Marvel the most is not the gameplay. Is not any of that stuff. It's just the fact that a lot of players are like, wow, how come all these other games have all these pop bonuses and Marvel doesn't?
Yeah, it's sort of like the development and growth of other fighting games, right? I feel like that's more what it is than anything about the game itself.
A lot of these Marvel players are like, hey, I won Evo, I got like this much money, and then like here comes like the kill like Rico Suave's like, hey, what's up?
Right, yeah,
and you're
exactly.
like, I'm gonna go learn Killer Instinct now. You know, that's human nature. You can't help that. So Marvel's numbers will dwindle. Probably won't be number 2 on the Evo stream Sunday next year.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, but you know what? I hope people still do keep playing it. And you know what? It's still hype. It's still a fun game to watch.
It was hype.
And at the highest level, it's still one of the greatest games to watch. Like, if you can really process what's going on, and I can't really do a very good job. Shoutouts to Persia. Check out Marvel Minds. But yeah, I just hope people keep playing because the highest levels are so good.
I saw Kane Blue River versus Justin Wong. I saw a video of it.
Oh, did you? Oh,
I did. Justin definitely dropped stuff.
Right.
Definitely did not have to turn out as it turned out. So maybe they replay that match. Maybe different things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever. I mean, I think it's cool. You know, if you win Evo, you know, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing anybody else can say about that can detract from that.
Right.
You made it through the toughest tournament of the year in that game. You did it with a team. That team can't be not viable. Right. I mean, it can't be just a gimmick to make it all the way through. It's just impossible.
I was really happy that even Eduardo tweeted earlier. He was like, I can't believe people are hating on him. Like, he won. He's a champion.
I mean, I think it's some of the people who have more like personal...
Yeah.
And not just people against him, but people who have like personal interest in like other players doing well themselves.
Right.
No, it's whatever. I mean, that's I don't think that's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I think he should be fine and he should be happy. Shout outs to the Marvel, to the Mexico scene. Shout outs to the Japanese scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout outs to Fruitsy for making 2 top 8s in Marvel. Not many people have done that.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's super.
It's very strong, of course.
Apparently, never mind. But one thing I want to say, last thing about Marvel is, I'm so happy that Persia got to do top 8. I'm like so happy that she got to do top 8.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I actually think she's one of the most valuable members of the Marvel community right now.
Here's an example. So this cousin's friend of mine, right? When we were sitting right in front and we were watching Melee, and then when Marvel started coming on, she saw Persia come up to commentate, and she wanted to go listen in the other room because she wanted to see what Persia had to say.
Right.
And I think that the fact that there was somebody she could like relate to more, right? I really feel like that opened it up for her a little bit, and that she was more interested than she otherwise would have been. So I thought that was really cool, and I agree. Very happy that she made top 8.
The other cool thing too is like I even saw on Twitter, like when Persia started, when Marvel started, like I tweeted out, "Here comes Marvel," and I got a lot of response from people like, yo, informative Marvel commentary? You know? And I think that's what makes Persia and Yipes an awesome team. Not just the fact that they're, dating and everything like that, but like Yipes has that really good energy. He has that good hype, and then Persia can do the analysis for the game. And I think that's a really, really great thing for that game to have, because I don't like the fact that a lot of people still kind of have this they have this opinion that Marvel is a scrubby game that anyone can win and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people are going to use that argument to discredit Kane Blue River's win and stuff like that. It's Marvel, whatever. But that's just not true. There's just so much going on in that game, and a lot of it looks super cheap. So you're just going to discredit it, basically.
A lot of it is super cheap.
Yeah, it is. But
that doesn't mean it can't be played intelligently.
Dude, everything in Super Turbo was super cheap. Whatever, dude. Like, that's the way it works.
Yeah, I'm done hating Marvel.
Yeah,
that phase of my life has passed, I think, and it's because, in large part, the game has just been boiled down so that it's almost only good players.
Right.
That's very cool to watch. Okay.
At least, well, anyways, the chat is... I can never trust the chat right now anyway,
Indeed.
so go for it. Yeah, continue.
But, no, that is accurate.
Oh, that is accurate?
Yeah.
Did it happen, or is it still happening?
Has not.
Has not happened. Okay. Gotcha. There you go.
Okay.
Cool.
You know what we should mention? We said we would mention?
Mm-hmm.
You know how Street Fighter V is coming out in beta?
Mm-hmm.
You know how that's happening?
Right.
Internet? We got some keys.
That's right. Yes.
Some beta keys.
Yes.
To give out.
Yeah.
And we didn't invent them.
No.
We got them from somebody.
Yeah. So someone graciously donated them to us.
Indeed.
So
Thank you very much.
We will be giving those out on stream.
We will be.
We'll be giving that on stream today. A little
Indeed.
bit later on.
Indeed.
Before we close, we will open up a raffle here.
Yes.
So you guys can get it. I do have my beta key for when I pre-ordered.
Indeed.
Is it downloadable? It's not playable right now, obviously. You can just download it, but it probably won't. Because you know how PlayStation, you can download games, but it won't run until a certain time or something like that? I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. But I do have my beta game, so we will definitely be giving away 2 beta keys today on stream.
Yeah, we're gonna. What's the process?
It's a MooBot thing. So basically, once I start the raffle, everyone types in !raffle.
Okay.
And then I click draw, and
then they go into a pool, and then everybody in that pool writes a haiku, and whoever's haiku we like the most, they get the thing.
Yeah, pretty much. So remember, it's !raffle haiku, and then that's how we pick the winner. So yeah. Not yet, guys. I'm gonna reset it. Don't enter the raffle right now. I'm gonna reset it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it right now.
Jeez, these people.
We're not gonna do it. We're gonna drag it out for maximum CPMs.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So.
Anyway, speaking of CPM, you want to take a break?
Sure. Okay, we'll be right back, guys. All right. Peace.